Welcome to Weddings Unveiled, the podcast designed to help you build a productive, profitable wedding or event business. Here's your host, Angela Profit.
Hi, y'all. It's Angela Profit, your event and productivity therapist, coming to you from the heart of Music City in Nashville, Tennessee. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Weddings Unveiled, professional tips and secrets on wedding planning and event design, where we take you behind the scenes of our past experiences in the event industry, what we have learned from them, and how they have made us stronger. This podcast will help you grow a productive and profitable business to launch you into success within the hospitality industry. Today, I'm joined by the best communications and event consultant in the business, Alison Burry.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for having me, Angela. I'm so excited to share some of our past experiences together. We've definitely been through some unique situations over the years. What are we discussing today?
Today, we're talking about how to be a mediator during wedding planning meetings.
Yes, and this was a couple that was very tense to work with a lot. All of the meetings were pretty uncomfortable and just very stressful between them. The bride was adamant on what she wanted and did not have the nicest way of letting everybody know that that's what she wanted. And then the groom, they had very, very different personalities. So we learned a lot about how to kind of manage different personality types and how they approach each other and how they approach conflict and disagreement, because it was very tense and led to some extremely uncomfortable meetings. And with us, we can usually deal with it, but it got even worse when there were other vendors involved and they're kind of just looking at us like, what the heck are we supposed to say to that? Like, do we just sit here until they agree? So there was a lot that went on the wedding day as well. So Angela, tell us the story about what happened there.
Well, on the wedding day, we knew several things going into it. As you said, she knew exactly what she wanted, and she was very adamant. She did not want to take pictures with his family. I don't know what happened, but she did not get along with the mother and the brother, and I don't think there was a father in the picture for the groom, but she had us do the timeline very specifically of when his family was supposed to arrive and when their pictures were, but she did not want to be in any of the pictures. It was so awkward. We've never had that before. I mean, I really wanted to say to them, are you sure you want to get married? And I know that it was the groom's second marriage, and maybe some guys like that, where the girl is just really, really, really overbearing, but it just seemed very odd with this one. And so during photo time after the ceremony, it was the hardest thing because the mother of the groom came up to me and said, when is it our turn to take pictures with the bride and groom? And so I had to make the bride suddenly disappear. And the mom kept asking me where's the bride? Where's the bride? And I'm like, you guys can go ahead and take pictures without the bride. Just take pictures with the groom. And the mom kept going up and down this hill, and she actually fell and started tumbling down the hill. It was awful. I ran to help her up, but I felt so bad for her. And she just really wanted pictures of the bride and groom together. Also, on pictures, the bride and groom decided to do a first look, and one of my team members was standing out there waiting for the bride to come out. And so she comes out, she taps him on the shoulder, and he turns around and looks at the photographers and says to them, not being funny, but very point blank, so what am I supposed to say? Which, I don't know, it was just so awkward. It's almost as if they were from another planet or something. In my head when she told me that, I'm just are they really in love? Maybe they just don't know what love is supposed to feel like. I don't know. And then the things just kind of spiraled out of control from there. So being the very, very, very type A aggressive bride, there were things she wanted to handle on her own. And so I allowed it, which I shouldn't have. But she did the whole cake thing on her own. She hired somebody that we've worked with before. It's not our normal cake person, but, we trusted her. And so when we walked them into the reception, to the party, to see the room first before any of their guests came in, she looks at the room and turns to me and starts screaming at me and tells me that's the wrong cake. And that's not how it was supposed to look. And my God, I did not have a picture in Dropbox of what that cake was supposed to look like. So shame on me. And I didn't want to take accountability, but I asked her, I said, what can I do? She pulls up a picture on her phone and shows me. So I quickly take the flowers off the way that the baker had arranged them. I fix it so it looks a little bit more like it's supposed to. And then go to the kitchen, got a knife, smoothed over the icing on the cake. Thank God. I don't think it was fondant cake. And like covered up the holes where the flowers were. And so that was the biggest thing about this wedding. I just felt like I just don't really know if they were really, really meant to be.
So, yeah, there were a lot of different experiences, but Angela, what would you say your biggest takeaway was from everything that happened that day?
I would say that if you have a gut feeling that your client probably shouldn't be getting married, like, don't be afraid to speak up. And make sure that if you don't facilitate something and you're not in the meetings, just make sure that you have a picture of what the expectations are supposed to be.
Great. Well, Angela, can you share with our listeners some of the different products and resources you have available to help wedding and event planners?
Absolutely. You can visit the blog on the website, and there's lots of great articles and resources available there, which it's angelaprofit.com. You can sign up for tips and resources and be part of our email list. We'll send you all kinds of juicy details. We do webinars and live events, so watch social media for more about that.
Awesome. Well, Angela, thank you so much for sharing your valuable advice with us today. I can't wait for next week to tell more of our incredible experiences together.
And thank you, Alison, so much for joining me. And thank you so much to our listeners for joining us today on Weddings Unveiled, professional tips and secrets on wedding planning and event design. Tune in next week to learn more from our past experiences. If you found this podcast helpful, please share it with other wedding and event professionals. Be sure to subscribe today so you never ever miss the juicy details of Weddings Unveiled. I'm so passionate about helping other event professionals, and with my background in psychology, I appreciate that our best selves develop from real life situations. Thank you so much for listening. Be sure to tune in next week for more tips on how to grow your business. And if you have a question or an unresolved issue that you want guidance on, connect with us on angelaprofit.com. For more valuable resources, again, visit the website. And until next time, remember to stay productive and profitable.
You've been listening to Weddings Unveiled with Angela Profit. Join us next time for more insights to help you build a productive, profitable wedding or event business. For more great resources, head over to angelaprofit.com.